could have sworn I uploaded this yesterday. I know I recorded it. I think I accidentally deleted it. I have to re-record it because I can't find it on either of my accounts. So I must not have uploaded it. Anyway, if you followed me for my old account, you would know I have a very bad relationship with Medicaid, Medicare, transportation. And this year they switched to a different company that schedules the rides, delegates who goes to what vehicle, and it's called Saferide, by the way. And I've had a few good rides with them. My first impression, for one thing, was not good. I had scheduled my first ride with them beginning of the year, and then I ended up in the hospital. It was when I had cellulitis. That was fun. So I was going to be in the hospital over the week of the appointment. So I called while I was in the hospital after I got settled and everything. I didn't have my insurance card with my ID on it handy. So I couldn't give them that right away. And they were just like, you have to have your ID card. And then they hung up. That was it. So that wasn't a very good first impression. And then a couple weeks back, I scheduled an appointment with a new doctor and scheduled the ride a week in advance. You only have to do 2 or 3 days in advance. I think it's 2 now. It used to be 3. I think it's 2 now. I schedule at least a week in advance. So the night before, 5:30 in the evening, the night before, I get a text from Saferide. Canceled your ride. And I made sure I called, got a human, and sure enough, yeah, they did cancel it. So I got a hold of my doctor's office the morning of my appointment, and I told them the situation. And thankfully, they were very understanding. Thankfully, all of my doctor's offices have. The only thing is my previous OBGYN, her whoever answers the phones was not very nice about it. Anyway, that's who I was trying to see. I needed a new OBGYN. So I was trying to get in to see them. And then, not Monday, Tuesday. Monday night around 3 o'clock, I get a text. Your ride for this time has been canceled. And it wasn't the correct time. And then, so I called and I got the automated system and it said it had been canceled. And then a few minutes later, I get another text saying your ride for this time, same day, has been canceled. I think what happened was they canceled the ride to the appointment and then they canceled the ride from the appointment, which is a very weird way to do that. So I made sure I got a human and they confirmed, sure enough, that it had been canceled because they couldn't find a handicap vehicle in my area on that day, which doesn't make sense to me. That's not how that should be canceled, or not how that should be scheduled. It should be when a person calls and schedules a ride, then the ride should be scheduled to happen on that day. But what they do is they wait until the last minute, and if they can't find somebody, they call you at the last minute, and I'm like, oh, sorry, we couldn't find anybody. Luckily, my sister was able to take me. I'm very appreciative. She's usually not the person who takes me if I need an alternate transportation. Usually it's my dad, but he was waiting out. I think their tree trunk or something had to be removed, and they were waiting for the guy to come do that or something like that. So he couldn't take me. So I went to look up any social media that Saferide has. They don't have any except for LinkedIn. But I did see that they have a section for Google reviews, so I left a review, and I got a very. I was looking through all the other reviews, and it's the exact same message from the owner, except like the first part is customized to whatever complaint the person had, and then it says something like, "Please contact us, and we will escalate it to the appropriate department," or something like that, which I've done before, and that does nothing. It doesn't do a darn thing because I've had these problems with multiple companies for years now. One time it was the company just changed their name, which I didn't find out until after I had switched to a different insurance company. They had switched their name, but nothing else had changed. I think they may have added an automated system, but it messed up frequently. Anyway, so my sister took me to the appointment, and this is a busy week. I had 3 appointments this week. So I had one yesterday. It was fine. They picked me up, took me, and brought me home in a reasonable amount of time. That's the other thing is sometimes I'm waiting upwards of 3 hours to get home for my appointment. So I'm supposed to have one tomorrow. Canceled on me. I think I got the text around 3:30, but I didn't notice it at first. I don't know if by chance I opened up my text messages for some reason and saw it. Ugh. My dad has something else going on that day, so he can't take me. So I called them because the person I'm seeing is she said that we could do virtual if need be. So I called and I told them the situation, and they were able to switch to virtual. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. At least I don't have to go all the way down there and pack, but it. And then I went and I did when I left the Google review. They have a 2-star rating at the moment. I can't understand why you would pick somebody that has a 2-star rating to schedule and transport your customers to their doctor's appointments. It doesn't make sense. And I was looking, and it says, has like an overview or whatever of all the reviews, and it says mixed reviews. Like apparently they have like a non-insurance one where you have to you pay to get rides to different places, and that apparently is fine. There's no issues with that. It's the one through insurance that sucks, which I don't understand. So yeah, I'm still having this problem. Different company, same problem. Oh, and they're using AI. It says so on their LinkedIn, which I feel like is having a hand in this issue. Because the other thing is, and I had a problem with the last company. That happened 6 times in a row with the last company, where I call, and it was you call through the insurance company and they activate the ride. But with Saferide, you call Saferide and they're supposed to, or no, I went through my insurance's website and activated the ride, or you can call Saferide, either way, and uh, it activates the ride and tells whoever is supposed to pick you up to go pick you up. It didn't do that 6 times in a row with the last company. So I stopped doing that and I just called the transportation company specifically. And it usually works that way. That happened one time with Saferide so far. So that's the other thing. There's 3 grievances already with this company. I don't understand. It's United. I have United. So I get on par with their brand to pick a 2-star rating transportation company thing. I- It's exhausting. I just want to be able to get to and from my appointments. That's all I ask. And somebody, the last time I made a video on my old account about this, said it's free and I shouldn't complain. No, that's not okay. It's not okay to leave people waiting for hours on end after their appointment. It's not okay to cancel on them the night before. Because here's the thing, as a customer, have read the rules. Uh, if I, as the customer, cancel on them with less than 24 hours, 3 times in a row, I lose that service for 6 months. That's the stipulation for customers. But I don't think there is any kind of thing like that for the transportation company itself. And it shouldn't be, it's not the drivers, it should be penalized. It's not their fault. It's literally like dispatch in the actual company itself. They are the problem. But and it does nothing to escalate. I've done that multiple times, been on long calls trying to escalate to the right department or whatever, and it doesn't change. Nothing changes. But just because it's a free service does not mean I should have to wait hours. I should be canceled on within less than 24 hours. Because there's some doctor's offices that are not as lenient as mine have been. I've been very lucky that they've been as lenient as they are. Because they don't have to. They could drop me as a patient if they wanted to, because I've canceled appointments or had to reschedule so many appointments at the last minute. They could, they haven't, and I'm very lucky that they've been so understanding. But I know other people who have been dropped as a patient because of it. So yeah, just because it's free service to me does not mean that I should have to deal with subpar services. No, that's not fair. Like sometimes I have other things I need to do. Like tomorrow is my nephew's birthday party after my appointment. Thankfully I'll be home, so that works out. But if I hadn't, and I ended up sitting around at the doctor's office for hours, I've read reviews where other places that's happened. People have been left sitting out for hours waiting for their rides. Cancer patients, elderly people. A few times they dropped them off at the completely wrong place. Just and one of my appointments afterwards, I watched this little old woman just get so distraught because after her appointment, somebody from the doctor's office brought her down to the first level to wait in front of the main doors for her ride, and they hadn't shown up in like I think it was like 30 minutes. Um, and she was getting very frustrated. She didn't know who to get a hold of. Uh, Somehow they managed to figure it out, and they got a hold of her son or something, and he got a hold of the transportation company. I hate that. Like, why was she left by herself like that? She was so upset and so frustrated, so confused. So yeah, the saga continues.